Today, we will discuss zoning in the city of Macomb. This video will be a very general overview of how zoning works in Macomb. For homeowners, business owners, or simply residents of Macomb, learning about zoning can help all invest in and develop Macomb. If you have any questions about zoning, this video can provide insight and answer general questions. However, if you have additional questions or want to know more, please call 309-833-4944 or visit the Office of Community Development at 232 East Jackson Street, 2nd floor. Further information on applicable code can be found on the website at cityofmacomb.com/communitydevelopment. The concept of zoning can be a lot to process. Zoning is how a local government regulates land use to ensure complementary land uses, and whether you are building a new driveway, replacing the roof of a house, or thinking about developing a piece of land, zoning knowledge is needed. Zoning ensures that all work done within city limits is safe and attractive and adds to the value of our community. Zoning exists to ensure land uses are complementary and to protect the environment and property values. A quote from Mayor Michael Inman encapsulates the importance of zoning. "We hope you choose to invest in Macomb, whether that be a small home project, undertaking a zoning variance to accommodate a small business, or a major retail or manufacturing development." Macomb has many zoning districts. A complete list can be found online in the zoning toolkit at thecityofmacomb.com. The most important takeaway is that each district has regulations that must be followed too. Let's give an example of what this means. One zoning district we have in Macomb is an agricultural district. This is not unique in Illinois, but in Macomb, our code states, permitted uses within the agricultural district include crop production, open range raising and feeding of livestock, and similar endeavors. A complete list of permitted uses is provided in Appendix A, Use Matrix. Residential uses are permitted except manufactured or mobile homes, which are only permitted in the RMH, Residential Mobile Homes District. So, what does that mean in simple terms? If you want to build or develop in this area, it must be listed for agricultural purposes. These are the certain rights available to you. You cannot build a commercial toy store in this area. You can build a nice home for you and your family to reside in while you raise your livestock or farm. Likewise, you cannot raise cattle in the shopping district. The code explains explicitly what is a right and what is not. At the City of Macomb, we really stress compliance with the code. If your project can be set within the boundaries of the zoning code, do it. Compliance is always stressed in zoning. The regulations are set with the city in mind and are very explicit. These regulations protect people and help keep Macomb beautiful and legally organized. What is allowed can be confusing, but if you have questions, please visit thecityofmacomb.com/communitydevelopment, or for a more direct answer, call 309-833-4944. Please note that zoning regulations can be amended or flexible with the right communication. Changes to the zoning district can be made, but only under the guidance of city management. Call and ask questions. The Community Development Office can help answer questions about special use and variances. Let's talk about what this means. First and foremost, there are 3 types of use: permitted, special, and provisional. Permitted uses are what we discussed earlier. These are uses permitted by right. Like building a barn to store cattle in an agricultural zone only requires a permit. It is already listed in the code. We have provisional uses. These are uses specified in the zoning ordinance and are generally compatible with other uses in a zoning district, as long as they comply with certain restrictions regarding location, operation, etc. For example, a bar or store selling alcohol is allowed in a B2 general business zoning district, as long as it is not located within a certain distance of a school, church, etc. Finally, we get to special uses. Special uses are potentially appropriate for the zoning district, but have the potential to have a major negative impact on other uses in the district. Therefore, these special uses require close examination, site plan review, individual regulation, and notification of surrounding property owners to ensure that special use serves a special need or is required for public convenience. Let us give an example of this. Say you want to open a cannabis shop in the B1 local shopping district. While the business is local and does include shopping, it is a cannabis store. It is not typical of the area and has specific regulations that may affect the business around it. This is when the owners, project managers, would have to apply for a special use permit. This process goes through the Planning Commission and recommends approval or disapproval of the special uses to the City Council. City Council will always approve or disapprove special use. If you have more questions, please call 309-833-4944 or visit thecityofmacomb.com. However, for minor variations of the municipal code, the city may allow property owners to vary the code. Let's talk about special processes called variances. Variances are relief from the terms of the zoning ordinances. These variances typically involve lot widths, setbacks, front, rear, or side yards, required off-street parking, driveways, or other variations to the zoning ordinance that do not affect the principal activity of the property. Let's give an example. You hire a contractor to build a new single-family home in the single-family home district. You want to put up a fence for a really big family St. Bernard, Lucy. Code says that your fence can be no higher than 6 feet. However, Lucy is able to clear that easily. This is when you would apply for a variance. The Zoning Board of Appeals, ZBOA, will decide with the staff recommendation on variances to the zoning ordinance. The ZBOA will discuss certain factors to determine if the variance is appropriate and has the final authority to approve or disapprove a variance. Approval results in a zoning order at the direction of the ZBOA. Here is a list of some of the criteria the ZBOA will use to determine how appropriate. In the following example, adding a few feet to the fences passes and you are granted approval. This is how a variance works. However, it is important to reiterate that if you can comply with the code, please do it. A variance will not be approved if the project can be accommodated within the code. Variances do not make exceptions for the convenience of finances. Comply with the code. It will save you time and energy. However, if you still have specific questions, please call the Office of Community Development at 309-833-4944. The City of Macomb wants you to understand zoning rights and processes. Understanding zoning can give you more insight into city planning and procedures. It can also help the development and advancement of Macomb into a safe, diverse, beautiful community. Once again, if you have any questions about zoning, please visit thecityofmacomb.com or call 309-833-4944. You can also visit us at City Hall at 232 East Jackson Street, Office of Community Development, 2nd floor. Thank you for your investment and for helping us to build a better Macomb.